all of you. Yes, the OG said it. It is a family event.
Oh, they are. That's wonderful. Thank you, and thank you, Ellen, for entering. We're actually going to get your picture up on the board now. Kuhle Adams, please. There she is, making sure that your face and name are recognized among those fortunate few who have bagged the prize courtesy of this wonderful competition. Okay. And of course, if you want to stand a chance to win 100% great prizes like that fabulous bar fridge, you'll be very pleased to know that entering is actually quite easy. You need to cover it up at all.
Are you ready to stand a chance to win 100% goodness prizes with Crush, such as
we haven't quite reached the right consistency, but I'm just going to show you
bar fridges, skincare products, fitness products,
this is the fun
and
part.
vouchers.
It would be a lot
100% you are.
You take your egg,
100% goodness winners will be announced daily on Expresso from Monday to Friday from September through December. To enter, buy Crush promo packs, see the back of the label to scratch, and if you find a unique code, dial the USSD number on the pack to stand a chance to win the prizes.
You can see already made it's going to be nice and saucy.
Buying Crush to find your hidden codes. Crush is 100% fruity, fresh, tasty, and refreshing.
Made with love by Clover.
I somehow feel more refreshed after giving away that prize. Now, talking about fridges, have you ever had trouble keeping fresh herbs 100% fresh in your fridge? Well, Nicole is here on standby, and she's giving us some tips on exactly how to do that. And I was saying to you earlier on that, you know, you buy these herbs and you use them for the recipe because it calls for a little bit of this, a sprig of that. And then after that particular recipe, you kind of forget about them. And then 2 weeks later, it's all brown in your fridge, and I'm like, no, I should have.
Because you can actually keep them longer.
Yes.
You know, and that's not what a lot of people know about your herbs. So certain herbs like your rosemary and your thyme, you can keep a lot longer in your fridge. And also we have a little bit of sage here. So what you do is, when you get your herbs, so you get a pack like this. So sometimes when I'm in a rush, especially for the show, when we need herbs quickly washed, I literally just pour a little bit of water in here, and then you shake it.
Yeah, I've done that too.
All the way. But you see now what happens is now they're washed, and then you've got all that excess water at the bottom. So your herbs are going to be sitting in that water, and that's what rots them quicker.
100%. That makes so much sense.
So what you do is, so after you've washed them, make sure you pat them dry on a paper towel like this.
Okay.
And what we actually do in the restaurants, we have to soak our herbs or whatever we're doing in a bowl like this. So what happens is, this is another way. When you're storing it.
Okay.
So what happens is all the sand sinks to the bottom. So when you shake it up, all the sand goes right to the bottom. And then when you lift it up, don't disturb the water, because then you're just going to grab the sand again. So you just let it settle.
Okay.
You dry it off, and once it's dried off, I always say like a Tupperware or container, put a little bit of paper towel. Sometimes we use like a dry cloth, you know, like those blue cloths you can use as well. You pop it in here, and you seal it up, make sure that there's no extra moisture. Pop it in your fridge like that. Now that is going to make your herbs last a lot longer. And like you said, you use a little bit of time for one dish.
Yes.
But then you've got all this time left. So plan your meals around what you have in your fridge. I feel like if you're going to buy according to a meal per meal, you are going to have more wastage.
Yeah,
so just know, okay, I'm going to finish my time. I'm going to either freeze it. You can store it as well in your freezer, or keep it in your fridge like this. Lasts much longer.
100%. Thank you very much, Nicole. Great tips, and hopefully those help you keep your fresh herbs fresher for longer. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll see you on the other side.
Get your 100% goodness with Crush. Scratch and stand the chance to win hundreds of goodness prizes for 100 days with hashtag Crush100.
Made with love by Clover. Oh, you can make my day.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Friday, and we're live, large, and in charge. Thanks so much for joining us at the start of a brand new day. We're about to have some fun with our guests this morning.
Truly exciting. Now, American TikToker Expresso and his family have been going viral over lockdown as they challenge each other to some pretty exciting and hilarious antics that form part of their quarantine Olympics, involving all manner of fun group activities that can be done at home. One of their latest games, though, is that lots of people have been trying is the pencil catch challenge, which has garnered over 1.8 million views on TikTok.
Yeah.
Let's
Should we take a look? Yeah.
Why you gotta be so lonely? Why you gotta be so stuck in your head? Now you need somebody better than me to sleep in your bed. Wanna think about you, I got nothing better to do. Why'd you have to go and meet someone new? But you say I'm nervous now. I don't wanna do this.
I'm just jamming to the song in the background.
Yeah, try to diffuse the nervousness right now. So the song playing in that video is Last Forever, performed by none other than December Streets, who are joining us this morning. Band members Tristan and Dane have challenged us to this fun-looking game. And so let's see how it goes. Is it like a... No, it's not a Team Expresso versus a Team December Streets. It's a team... Everyone,
one man.
Omunye for each
Exactly.
for themselves. So we're going to start off with 2 pencils first. And we're all going to go at the same time in each round.
Yes.
So the moment you drop a pencil, you're disqualified and you're out and you're a spectator.
Okay, cool.
By the way, I'm the only person among the 3 of you who has not done this. All of you have actually practiced.
No pressure.
Okay, cool.
Let's do it.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that was 2. There we go. 1 more pencil. Add it.
2 each.
Oh, 2
2
each.
more.
Oh! No, that doesn't count as a drop. That does not count as a drop.
Almost
It's not a drop.
disqualified.
So we're at 4 now, right?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I feel like I'm holding everyone up. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Kutle's out.
Too much pressure.
Too much pressure. Okay, we are now at 6.
It's all about the balance.
Hold on. What's going on?
I'm really good at this off camera.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Adding 2. We're on 8 now. This is so hectic. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Still in.
On to 10.
How much did Alex get on?
Okay, can we actually play the song in the background so that we feel like we're also the viral people?
Let's agree.
Okay, so this is 10, right?
Yep.
You guys must talk to me.
Yes.
Okay, ready?
Oh wait, I'm not getting my balance.
Okay, wait. You're making me nervous.
I'm also getting nervous. Okay.
Hold on. Okay, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
Yo!
Okay, this is 12.
We need to get to 20 at least.
At least.
At least.
Yo, I don't have enough hair.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Who dropped?
Cheers.
Wait, who dropped?
Yes, please.
Damn it.
Yes,
Bro, it's on.
Nice,
It's on. Okay, so 2 more added. We're now on 14.
Okay. Oh, the pressure.
Okay, you ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Winner. Well done.
That's 14.
14.
Okay, I'm gonna add 4 more.
Okay.
So this would be 18. This is
Good at
crazy.
this. You found your talent.
Tell you what, when I retire from television... Oh, wait. This needs a bit more control to it. So this is 18. Okay. Oh! That was terrible. But anyway, the winner! Listen, stick around to the end of the show because we're going to hear that catchy, upbeat December Streets song that was featured in that viral TikTok video. But thanks very much for joining us, man. Really great to have you guys
Thanks for having us.
Wait, I have just 1 more attempt. I don't know how many this is. This is going to be epic.
All in.
Okay, let's go. This is like 25.
Introducing McCain's new frozen salad range of diced beetroot and diced potato. Simple solutions for salads and sides, making your family favorites easier. Growing together. That's McCain. Now, undoubtedly, spring is the time for some scrumptious salads, and McCain has made it so easy and convenient with their brand new beetroot and potato salad range. Yes, it's already chopped, and you only have to pop it into the microwave for under 10 minutes. And today, Teresa is back and going to show us how easy and quick it is to make a pickled beetroot and fish croquette salad. Beautiful. Remember to stay tuned, because at the end of the segment, we're also going to share all of those details about our very exciting competition, and it's a good one. You want to stick around for that. Teresa, in 3 years, maybe, this is the first time you've made me something that's nutritious and healthy.
Really?
I jest, I joke. I love your sweet treats, but being spring, I'm all about fresh veggies.
Yes.
And these have obviously been, they've been picked off their respective trees and vines at that premium moment to capture that freshness.
Yep.
And I love the sound of this. Is something that I've honestly never made before myself, so I'm looking forward to it. So walk us through what we're going to be creating today.
So we're going to be doing fish croquettes with a beetroot pickle using our McCain range here.
I love that. I love the idea of using the beetroot in a pickle. I'm not a big beetroot fan, but in the pickle, I love it.
Yes,
so this might win me over.
Me too. And all the prep is done for you here. So I'm going to start with the pickle. We've got equal parts water and vinegar as our base. We're going to add a little bit of sugar.
And is this like a stock standard for creating any pickle?
Yeah, basically you're always going to have equal parts water and vinegar, but your spices and your herbs,
You can play around
you can
it.
vary that, yeah. So you're basically just going to stir that to dissolve the sugar. And do you know what I love about this product is you can eat your beetroot and enjoy it without having pink fingers
I
for a
know,
week.
the chopping's done for you. Also, you don't
the prep's
spend
done.
the 45 minutes before your meal doing meal prep.
Yes,
Everything is done and it's ready for you to rock and roll.
And the
with.
less time you spend peeling and chopping, the more time you can spend playing with the kids and just having quality time with the family. Right, so that's dissolved very quick and easy. So in goes the beetroot. And then you can let the whole lot cool down. And you can actually do this ahead of time and let it sit for a couple of days, 2 weeks.
That's only going to improve
Let it pickle.
on the flavour, yeah.
That's it. So that's very, very simple. That's our pickle done. What you can do before serving is you take the beetroot out and then you actually reduce the pickling liquid. So you put it back on the heat and you let it boil. And it gets nice and thick, and then you can use it as a drizzle on your salad right at the end.
Oh, lovely.
Right, so I'm going to leave that and get onto our fish.
All right, beautiful. So beetroot done and dusted. And
Yes,
just a reminder that you can go from frozen or you can thaw it out.
Yes,
Going into
exactly.
pickle.
So we've got our McCain frozen potato cubes here, and just refer to the cooking instructions on the back, but it's about 5 to 8 minutes in the microwave. Cover it with plastic, put some holes in the top.
Okay,
very,
so
very
just a
easy.
little bit of cling wrap.
And
Cool.
again, all the chopping's done, so I'm going to give that to you to put in the
Can
microwave.
I pop it in the microwave?
And then once it's cooked, you're going to mash the potato and let it cool. So we've got that here already. Okay, I'm going to start on our fish. So we've got some flaky fish here, and I've added some egg yolk. We're going to add some herbs. So we've got parsley and coriander. Delicious. Some lemon juice and lemon zest, which we know goes beautifully with fish. Some spring onion and some lemon pepper.
Oh, I love that. I love this flavor
me
profile. But
too.
you want a bit of zing. It needs to kind of have that acidity.
Yeah, a little bit
also
of pop.
the right kind of texture as well.
That's
And you're dealing
right.
with, it's quite a nice, strong, salty fish, which has got a lovely kind of strong umami flavor. But
That's
that
right.
needs that balance of the curacao. I think that from that perspective, the pickled beetroot is going to be a perfect sounding board.
Absolutely
Brilliant.
beautiful. Yeah. So I've mixed our mashed potato and I have let it cool first. And yeah, you don't want to put hot potato with your eggs. And that's just going to help bind
That's a
it
different
all
meal. That's a
together.
breakfast. Yeah, we'll make that tomorrow morning. Yeah.
And just give that a good mix. Make sure it's well combined. And then you're going to shape it into your croquettes. And this is quite fun. I think you can get the kids involved, which again will save you time. You're just going to shape them into your croquette shape. And then put them in the fridge for about 20 minutes just so they can firm up
Okay.
and chill. And then once they've chilled, you put them in a little bit of egg. This is beaten egg. And then into your breadcrumbs.
Beautiful.
So nice and easy. What I sometimes like to do is I give them a double dip.
Okay.
And that gives them that extra
So
crispy
would you then put them back in the
coating.
egg yolk and then back in
and
the...
back in
oh,
the,
wow,
the
okay.
crumbs. Yeah.
I love that.
So nice and easy. So you end up with something like that.
I think for something like this, I'll reiterate, like, texture is so vitally important, to make it as crunchy as possible on the
Yes,
outside.
absolutely.
It's got this beautiful, creamy, delicious center.
And then you're
Pops
going
of
to
herb, pops of lemon.
Beautiful.
It's going to be
beautiful.
stunning.
and made so much easier with your McCain veggies. Just makes it that much quicker. So pop it into your oil and you're going to fry it off until it's warm all the way through and you've got a nice golden crispy coating.
What I'm loving here is, I'm luckily, my boy absolutely adores beetroot, but it's so good for you in its various forms. But what I'm loving here is we're including so many different nutrients. If you take into account that these vegetables have been picked at that perfect moment to harness the nutrients, the freshness, the flavor, and then frozen, and then you get to just take it, simply cook from frozen, boom, and you're getting that nutrient.
I mean, it's that shortcut, but you're not compromising on the quality and the flavor, and that's what I love about it. So once you've cooked them off, they're going to be beautiful and golden. You're going to plate up. So we've got some lettuce, we've got some citrus here. Put your croquettes on top, your beetroot, a bit of the beetroot juice, maybe some seeds. So you've got crunch and different textures and flavors.
It's absolutely beautiful.
And it's absolutely stunning.
It really is an absolute win. So there you have it. That's how you can create something special, something that has got all the right kind of elements to welcome to spring into McCain being spring. We love the fact that we've included so many nutrients, yes, but a beautiful flavor, power-packed little croquette. It looks absolutely beautiful. And now, of course, I promised the details on the exciting competition, and we are celebrating spring by giving away a 14-piece Tefl cook and strain pot set to the value of 2,499 Rand. It really is spectacular. Hop onto our Facebook and Twitter pages, reply to the competition post. We'll post it there. We'll anchor it to our what delicious dish you would create yourself with McCain's new salad range, and use the hashtag #SpringIntoMcCain. You can find all the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. And if you have missed any of the steps to this amazing recipe, which is shaping up beautifully, here's a quick recap. Those came out well.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso ahead of a bumper weekend of sport. Here's your exclusive sports report on World Egg Day. So, of course, From a South African perspective, up and running again as Bafana Bafana returned to action this week. They, of course, were held to a 1-1 draw against Namibia last night, and Sunday they take on old foes Zambia. The Super Rugby Unlocked tournament will kick off in fine style this evening with a nice derby clash between the Sharks and the Lions. Things are heating up in the Indian Premier League. The South Africans certainly shining there. And, of course, who can forget Roland Garros? It's going to conclude this weekend, hopefully with a titanic final. Nadal versus Djokovic. Is it in the cards? It could happen. Sports journalist Tashreeq Vadin is here to give us all of the details ahead of an amazing weekend of sports. I don't know if you've found this with your position in sport, that every sport is relevant now. Like every piece of live sporting action, we've got to cling to it.
I mean, us couch potatoes, we're hungry for any type of sport. But if you look at this weekend, no PSL, no English Premier League, no problem. I mean, we're, as you mentioned,
no problem.
So Roland Garros will take place this weekend, as well as for IPL, Super Rugby Unlocked, international football. What could we ask for?
We love it. A little bit of UFC. Duplessis is going to be competing in the UFC, South African. That's amazing. But let's kick it off with Bafana Bafana up against our neighbours, Namibia, last night, held to a 1-1 draw. What did you make of Bafana? Not too much rust, because a lot of the players, they've been in action, they've been living in the bio bubble, and they've been playing. What did you make of Bafana's performance?
A bit rusty, but no complaints coming from my side. I mean, it's the first match in the national team for nearly a year, 11 months. So it's going to be, that was the first match. And what I took from it is that some of these players will be rusty. I mean, the local football has been off for now a couple of weeks, and returns closely to the end of the month again. And these players will get familiar with their routines once again, because, I mean, everything is sort of mixed up with the whole thing that happened earlier this year. And Sunday, what makes that match against Zambia even more interesting, we have a former Orlando Pirates coach, Micho, heading for Zambia, and it will make things even more interesting. So,
and Zambia probably a stiffer prospect than Namibia.
Much stiffer prospect. I mean, 2012 AFCON champions. I mean, Molefe Ntsiki now played 4 games in charge of Bafana Bafana. Last night was his first draw, and he has 2 wins under the belt and 1 defeat. So hopefully on Sunday he can get another win. He spoke in the week and he said it's not about the results for these past 2 games. They're only looking forward to next month's AFCON qualifiers against Sao Tome, a relatively unknown African island. So they're looking forward to those back-to-back AFCON qualifiers, and it will be interesting to see how
far we have the friendlies to find our feet. Finding our feet in rugby again.
Yes.
So much promise. I've gotten into the domestic version of Super Rugby. I think the New Zealanders gave us a brilliant display. Australia, likewise, you know, it took me a while to get into some Aussie rugby, but I did. It's so good to see the South African franchises, and with so much young talent emerging over this crazy period. We kick it off tonight with the Lions up against the Sharks. Nice to have a derby to kickstart the process.
Nice to have a derby to kick it off. I mean, these players have been playing now just under a month now, because we had the Super Fan Saturday a couple of weeks back.
That was exciting.
Very exciting rugby, and a couple of injuries having picked up from there as well. And then we had the gold and the green teams taking on in South Africa last weekend.
Yeah.
And they will be together for the next 2 or 3 weeks before, I mean, Rassie and Jacques Nenenberg chooses the squad to go for the Rugby Championship, which will be played in Australia. So these 2 or 3 weekends now to fine-tune.
It's a trial, man.
Yeah, it's a trial for these players. So I'm pretty excited to see what happens. And I think the Bulls might come out on top in this tournament. They have been looking very good, despite having only seen them played 1 match against the Sharks.
The balance is there already.
The balance is there. Jake White has done some pretty good work during the lockdown with bringing all sorts of players from around the world. I mean,
it looks like a South African team of old. So we've got the Cheetahs up against the Pumas then tomorrow at 4:30. Great to see the Pumas back in the mix. Bulls up against Griquas, and the Stormers, they get the bye. Indian Premier League cricket in full swing now. Faf du Plessis, captain, fantastic. He is loving it. In fact, all the South Africans kind of shining at the
Yes, 299 runs now is the second highest in this season, and Kagiso Rabada as well as top wicket taker. They take on the Rajasthan Royals, the Delhi Capitals. So if the Delhi Capitals win this evening, which will be played at 4 o'clock South African time, they can go ahead of former champions Mumbai Indians, and a victory for that would stem quite well, because Rabada has been looking on form of late.
And we need him. We need him to be on fire. We love that. And then finally, just touching on Roland Garros quickly, are we going to see a Rafa Nadal, Novak Djokovic final? Nadal's probably had the easiest run, I think, seeing Djokovic have to dig deep and prove his championship winning credentials against Carreño Busta. He really had to kind of mentally turn himself around. Are we going to see them in the final? Do you think?
Fingers crossed for that. Fingers crossed for that, because, I mean, we have Djokovic, who has only one French Open title, and compared to Rafa, who is the king of clay.
Yes, all of them.
So I'm hoping to have that final on Sunday. It fits perfect with the Sunday lunch, don't you think?
Yeah, no, I love it. We're looking at Boxing Day, rugby. What crazy world have we emerged into? Sunday lunch, tennis, but of course Diego Schwartzman up against Rafa Nadal, Novak Djokovic up against Greek superstar Stefanos Tsitsipas, who's been a real shining star for me in this tournament. And then of course the women's final will be Iga Swiatek up against Sofia Kenin, who is also really impressed. Buddy, so good to have you here.
Thank you.
Soak up all of the sporting action, and of course it kicks off tonight at 7 o'clock with that derby game. It's the Sharks up against the Lions. Let us know where your thoughts are lying ahead of this bumper weekend of sport.
Yep, and it all starts today, Friday the 9th of Hopetober. Yes, it is Hopetober. Yes. We are all about it. And we've got some very exciting news. So you remember that on Monday, we launched the Hopetober campaign, and it's a great initiative by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, to inspire and spread hope all around South Africa. And as part of this initiative, they'll be giving away 5,000 Rand every week for the month of October. And the most inspiring answer that really captures our hearts will be the lucky winner.
Absolutely. And on Monday, we also asked you, what about our beautiful country gives you hope? Let's take a look at some of the amazing answers that we received. The first one was actually from Leroy Jenkins, and he says, so proud of our country when good deeds do not go unnoticed, when we come together as a nation to care for others in a time of upset or disappointment or sadness. Proudly SA, providing for our elderly and caring for our women and children. Hashtag bless. Love that.
We are the Ubuntu people, hey? When it really comes down to it and we find ourselves in times of need, there's an enormous spirit of Ubuntu that emerges, and I wish that could just stay. That just needs to be an everyday way of life. We also got a comment from Chantal August, and she had this to say. Hashtag Hopetober Brave, my beautiful Rainbow Nation coming together as one, putting all differences aside so we can overcome, gives me hope. This pandemic has showed us that no matter our skin color or language barrier, we are one nation, and together we can achieve anything. Love that.
We love all of this, but we also have a winner that actually the words just captured everything so beautifully. So let's read it. It is from Krushida Kaja. She says, my beautiful country gives me hope because we are surrounded by diversity, resilience, and most of all, kindness. Our people have the deepest hearts filled with love for each other. We understand the struggles and hardships that life throws at us and always ready to help each other by coming together as a community and a country. Proudly, Ubuntu is exclusive to us. And I feel like that deserves a round of applause because we actually have her on the line right now.
Yay! Kurshina, you're a winner!
Hi.
Oh, that is the calmest hi. Listen, congratulations. You've just won yourself that 5,000 Rand for this week's Hopetober campaign. How do you feel?
Thank you so much. Excited.
Excited.
Very, very excited.
You're watching the show, aren't you? You know that it's World Egg Day today.
Kashida, I love that.
Yes, I do.
We love your message as well. Take us through, when you wrote that, what was going through your mind to address the nation with such beautiful and powerful words?
To be honest, when we were thrown in the deep end this year, when we received the COVID-19, my community and the community throughout South Africa just banded together. Nobody was left out. There was always somebody to help the next. And that just was so heartwarming to me. I mean, you would find a go-go who was only receiving a pension, but she could just even buy a loaf of bread for that single unemployed mom next door. And that is what South Africans are about. And I love it.
And we love you for it, Krushida. So tell us, what are you going to do with your 5,000 Rand?
What isn't there for me to do?
But do you have plans for it all?
But probably school fees and maybe spoil the kids a little.
Bless your heart.
Rashida Kaja, thank you so much for joining us this morning. You are giving us hope. You're giving the rest of South Africa hope with that beautiful words. All of us. So thank you again so much and enjoy the 5,000 Rand.
Thank you. I will.
Have a
Thank
wonderful
you, Expresso
weekend.
Show.
Have a wonderful weekend. I love how she kind of almost like trademarked Ubuntu at the end of her message, saying Ubuntu is exclusive to us, but it's our duty, I feel, to teach it to the rest of the world. Those who don't know yet need to know about it and need to put Ubuntu into their way of life. And thank you very much to the team at Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, for having us be a part of this wonderful journey during this month.
Thanks so much. Well, it's almost the top of the hour time now to get into our national headlines first. First up on the news front, the Department of Environment, Forestry and Fisheries has placed 8 officials on precautionary suspension after tenders worth almost 1.3 billion rand were awarded irregularly. The suspension follows an independent forensic investigation into contracts awarded by the Waste Management Bureau. And this after the Auditor General identified several suspect tenders during its audit of the department's financial statements for the year ending on the 31st of March last year, 2019. Then the Perdekraal East Wind Farm near Matjesfontein in the Western Cape has started with commercial power supply. The 48 turbines will supply 110 megawatts to the national power grid. The renewable power company, Lekela, and the local community, which has a shareholding through a community trust, are joint owners of the project. The farm has a 20-year contract with Eskom. The project is one of 8 which Lekela operates in Africa and the 4th one in South Africa. And casting a wider gaze on the international front, police have rescued 11 children and 2 teenagers working on cocoa plantations in the Ivory Coast and arrested 3 farmers on suspicion of human trafficking. Earlier, Ivorian police rescued more than 100 children from cocoa plantations in a similar operation. Now, some 1 million children work illegally on cocoa plantations in the West African country, a figure that has been rising steadily over the last decade. This according to charities working in that sector. Then great news for the environment. Nobel Prize for Literature 2020 was yesterday awarded to the American poet Louise Gluck. The Swedish Academy said the prize was awarded for Gluck's poetry, which makes individual existence universal. Love that. The 77-year-old professor of English at Yale University debuted in 1968 with the collection Firstborn and is considered one of the leading poets in contemporary American literature. Only 15 women before yesterday have won the Nobel Prize for Literature. In fact, since it was first awarded back in 1901, including a South African, and that being Nadine Gordimer. Next, a pro surfer's narrow shave with a 2.5-meter great white shark. When Australian world champion pro surfer Mick Fanning fought off a shark attack in the J-Bay Open a few years ago, his fellow competitor and friend Matt Wilkinson couldn't have imagined he himself would find a similar predicament in the future. Well, almost. Drone footage has now captured his narrow escape from the jaws of a great white measuring some 2.5 meters off the coast of Ballina in New South Wales. Wilkinson was on his board when the shark swam up swiftly behind him. He heard a splash, looked around, noticed nothing. He only realized what was afoot when lifesavers who were operating a drone overhead broadcast a warning. He said it fully dawned on him when watching the footage how close the great white actually was and clearly gunning for his leg without him being aware. I'm just so grateful the shark reconsidered at the last second. And that's from Wilkinson himself. On that terrifying note is where we leave our news headlines. Let's delve into our sporting headlines. Let's kick it off with last night's footballing action. Bafana were held to a 1-1 draw against neighbours Namibia at the Royal Bafokeng Stadium in Rustenburg last night. South Africa took the lead in the 19th minute in the international friendly match when Luther Singh's left-footed shot found the back of the net. The Brave Warriors then equalised in the 55th minute through a goal by Absalon Lambondi. So Bafana will be back in action on Sunday when they take on African Cup of Nations winners Zambia. Now on to rugby. There will be 3 exciting encounters in round 1 of Super Rugby Unlocked starting this evening. Tonight, the Sharks host the Lions at Kings Park Stadium. That kickoff is at 7 p.m. Then tomorrow, the Pumas face the Cheetahs in Bloemfontein. That one at 4:30. And then the final match of the weekend will see the Bulls start their home campaign up against the Griquas at 7 p.m. The Stormers, they'll be sitting this one out with a bye. And on to cricket. The Sunrisers Hyderabad claimed an impressive 69-run win over the Kings 11 Punjab at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. That was in the Indian Premier League last night. Openers Johnny Bairstow smashed 97 from 50 55 deliveries. David Warner reaching 52 from 40 balls to help set up 202 for the Kings. The Kings 11 then failed to reach that target after being bowled out for 132 into 16.5 overs. So there's going to be one IPL fixture today, and that's the Rajasthan Royals taking on the Delhi Capitals at 4 p.m. Then on to tennis. It's all heating up. Australian Open winner Sofia Kenin. She'll face Polish teen Iga Swiatek in the French Open women's singles final. Fourth seed Kenin beat Czech 17 Petra Kvitova 6-4, 7-5, and Swiatek, she stunned Argentine Nadia Podoroska 6-2, 6-1 to reach her first major final. So that women's final will take place tomorrow. Then in the men's singles draw, King of Clay Rafa Nadal will go up against Diego Schwartzman in the semi-final. That's the first draw. And then world number one Novak Djokovic, he'll face Greek star Stefanos Tsitsipas in the second semi-final tomorrow. That's where we leave our sport for this Friday morning. Let's get another look at the weather.
Let's get this weekend rolling the right way by knowing what the skies have in store for us. We start off in Louwriesfontein with Nick Lombard, who shared this beautiful deep orange sunrise picture. Expect some light rain showers with temperatures reaching a high of 16 degrees. Now we scoot over to East London with Gary Oakham's breathtaking sunrise picture captured at Kids Beach. 79% chance of rain is to be expected this Friday, with temperatures reaching the high teens, 18 degrees. Thank you so much for all your sunrise pictures. Please continue to share them on our social media platforms, and we will show them live on the show. The state of Louisiana in the U.S. is bracing itself for another record-breaking series of violent storms as Hurricane Delta heads for a corner of the state, still recovering from the last storm. Last month, Louisiana bore the brunt of Hurricane Laura's fierce winds and storm surge. There are still some 8,000 people living in hotel rooms as a result of the devastation to homes by Laura. Delta was forecast to become a Category 3 storm with winds of up to 185 kilometers an hour. It is the 10th named storm to make landfall in the U.S. this year, eclipsing a record that has stood since 1916. Now we bring it back home for our temperatures this Friday morning, starting off at Polokwane, 1526. Bombela do expect some times of sun and clouds at a low of 18, reaching a high of 29. Pretoria, 1425. Johannesburg, your temperatures range from 13 to 23. Also do expect some showers at 40% chance of rain. Mahikeng, thunder showers are expected at 41%. 1226 are your temperatures. Klerksdorp, we start off the morning with a low of 12 and will reach an afternoon temperature of 26 degrees. Also, it's going to be a rainy day. Kimberley, 729, do expect some showers. Bloemfontein, also prepare for some rain at 40%. 5 is your low and your high is 27 degrees. Richards Bay, 1730. Pietermaritzburg, 1327. Major parts of the country are raining namhlanje, so do make sure that you step out the right way. Durban, 41% chance of rain at 17 as your low, reaching a high of 25. Mthatha, 60% chance of some showers at a low of 10, reaching a high of 23. East London, your temperatures range from 11 to 18 rather, with 79% chance of rain. And Cradock, it's a partly cloudy day with 64% chance of some showers at a low of 7, reaching a high of 20. The friendly city, Port Elizabeth, 1218, George, 813. Cape Town, 1116, with some times of rain at 58% chance of rain. Worcester, 513, it's a sunny one in Sutherland with a low of 1 degrees, reaching a high of 10 and a 53% chance of rain. And Uppington, 8 is your low and you will reach a high of 25 degrees. Well, this was your 7 o'clock weather round. Remember, whatever part of the country you're in, whatever the weather, make sure to have yourselves a safe and a productive Friday going into the
Thanks very much, Kuhle Adams. Now, over the last few weeks, we've learned some amazing tips on how to teach dogs really fun tricks and useful commands. Now, if you're a new pet owner or perhaps you have a new pup in the house, today, dog trainer Karis Nafty takes us back to the basics with a quick lesson on how to teach your dog to sit.
Hi, I'm Karis. Today, with Solar's help, I'm going to teach you how to teach your dog how to sit. Solar, sit. Good girl. The progression of this trick is as follows. You're going to start with a treat in your hand. Lift it up slightly, and as soon as your dog's bum touches the ground, give them a treat. You can start to say the word sit as their tail is going down. Sit. A when people are teaching this is they lift their hand too high, which will actually make your dog jump. So if you're practicing at home and your dog jumps up or doesn't sit, your hand's too far away. If it's on your dog's nose and you lift up just a centimeter and go back, then their bum will actually go down. Now, once it's easy for your dog to sit with a treat in your hand, then with an empty hand, lift your hand up, sit, and reward from your other hand. The more you practice, the more consistent your dog will be. So thank you, Solar, for helping me today. One little tip I'd like to share at the end is use your dog's normal food as their training treats. So when it's breakfast time, set aside some of their regular food and use that to train with.
A flea and tick-free dog is a happy dog. Protect your dog from harmful parasites with NexGard Spectra's tasty chewables. Did you know your dog needs to take just one NexGard Spectra chew once a month to treat and prevent the broadest range of troublesome parasites, including ticks, fleas, mites, and various worms. NexGard Spectra can be given with or without food to puppies as young as 8 weeks and to dogs of all sizes and breeds. NexGard Spectra is the tasty chew you can trust and the treat your dog will love.
It's one for the book readers and the book eaters. One for the construction workers and their helpful ones. One for the laundry sorters and the laundry hoarders. Whoever the dog member of your family, big or small, new NexGard Spectra, the broad spectrum monthly chew that protects inside and out in one easy step. NexGard Spectra, just one chew, so easy for you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
welcome back. You're still live with your Feel Good Breakfast Show on this Friday. Of course, if your plans is to stay indoors and maybe watch some movies, then our movie critic JP Sebastian is here this morning to give us all the lowdown of what to expect with the movie releases today. JP Sebastian.
The lowdown on how to get you out of lockdown. Yes. So these are big screen in South Africa releasing. And did you ever have, when you were a kid, I remember there'd just be sometimes, because I was really bad at reading maybe, just being transfixed by a beautiful cover of a book and just like being able to go into the world just by staring at it like an idiot and not being able to page because maybe I wasn't too sophisticated. But anyway, The Secret Garden was that one for me. There was so much detail and it was so beautiful and there were little flowers and little creatures all over the thing. And the movie is
in the cover.
Yes.
Of the movie.
Sorry, like I said, simple needs guy over here. The author, of course, is the name that I'm looking for right now, Frances Hodgson Burnett. That is how far I got with the book, not even knowing the author. But the movie has been made for it, and it actually looks really, really beautiful. Little girl is orphaned suddenly. And she is all those cliche words like precocious and strong-willed and all that kind of stuff. A bit of a brat, possibly, but she's learning about herself all throughout the movie. And Colin Firth is the uncle she gets transported to, who takes her into his care, but he is a pretty grumpy dude. And he has sort of his own lockdown, locked-in kind of syndrome. Because he has, in his past, a bunch of trauma of his own. Well, living with him is his son, who is disabled and bound to his bed. The little girl then finds out, wait, we're cousins, and so she's the one who brings light into his life and adventure, but vicariously, only in from the outdoors and through word of mouth and all this. She finds this magical garden like at the border of the house, and there her little friend Dickon as well, who I think is a magical creature. We'll find out soon enough. I know that Robin is very friendly to her and is able to talk. Well, it's not able to talk, but play with the kids and all that kind of stuff. And she has to go into the situation, which is very much sort of like a self-imprisonment for this uncle and his son, and try and set them free from their past trauma, which involved the loss of the mother, the loss of the wife, going into this world which, like I said, is just on the edge, just waits for you just on the outside if you'd be brave enough to take the opportunity. Takes him in his wheelchair and swoops him away to another land of adventure and magic. Does look actually very pretty filmed. Reminds me a lot of stuff like you see from Terrence Malick and whatever, like very
I was going to say that.
Organic camera work, right? Very natural
that. I love that. Beautiful. The Secret Garden that is...
Today? Yes, ma'am, on big screen in South Africa. So if your kids are getting a bit forced about being trapped in a lounge, maybe take them to a virtual garden.
See what you did there. The next one, though,
still kind of torturous.
We have The Doorman.
Is if you're into like Scorpion Skit, yes, no, not for you. Nah,
probably.
That is not even a very aggressive head shake there. You could give me a headbutt at least. The Doorman stars Ruby Rose, who I think people most recently recognize from.
Okay, you should have started with Ruby Rose, and then I would have said, "Oh yay!" I would watch the movie.
In which she is clearly not Scorpion and Skit, as her entire career has been about for the past like 5 years. What do you recognize her from? Batwoman.
Batwoman.
I think she was in Pitch Perfect 3.
Orange is the New Black.
Was she? She wasn't in that from season 1, right?
She was in season 2, I think, and then she got cut. She was
okay. But she's a big draw card for you, and she's actually got she's doing something well for herself. I think she started in a modeling career similar to Mila Jovovich, and then said, I'm going to totally flout whatever rules people think models should be like, and do this really action-packed stuff. Last thing was John Wick 2. And she was excellent in that. She's so tactile. She seems like a great sport, puts in the work with the martial arts, and obviously The Doorman is the same story. You notice that I haven't given you too much of a story because it is pretty much a generic kind of thing. If you like Denzel Washington coming back from a past of like military and all this pain he's trying to put behind him, but then the past catches up with him, that sort of thing. The Doorman is the story of Jean Reno, who, shame, Hollywood, please give this man a better career than he's got right now. He deserves so much better, from Ronin, The Professional, etc., of similar to like a Die Hard situation. They underestimated the small girl, Ruby Rose in this case, who works her way from the bottom floor to the top floor to get rid of the terrorists. That kind of thing.
Love that. That is definitely on my movie list. Last one, briefly, what do we have?
Loot Case is the name of the movie, Bollywood offering. And what's really cool about it is, yes, that is a very peculiar poster. The man who is clearly, serenading a briefcase, as one does, and people shooting in multiple... I love that design. That's fantastic.
That is how you secure a bag.
Yes. Well done. Show is over. We've been cancelled by the gods of comedy. Bunch of mafia dudes or an organized crime group of guys have this bag that is filled with loot, and it goes wayward. And a dude who is just an average guy like you or me, who make bad jokes too, like get in the bag, he finds this suitcase and it's filled with dough, and it seems like his entire dreams and his life is now made. He's got the wife and the kid who he can provide for. Comedy, however, is what counts, and actually looks really, really well made production value wise. If you like stuff like Fargo, if you like stuff like, okay, maybe not on the same level, but Snatch, any of those Guy Ritchie kind of movies, fast paced, quick comedy, an idiot who's trapped in the mire of a larger organized crime kind of story could be quite fun.
JP Sebastian, our movie critic, giving us all the lowdown of movies releasing today, so you definitely want to check that out. Thank you so much for that. Right now we're heading back to the kitchen because we're all excited.
Yeah, if that's not exactly what you were looking for, it's time for another exuberant, thank you, Kanisa, exuberant recipe. Celebrating World Egg Day. Teresa, you've been on fire today with our exceptional recipes.
Yes.
And we are going to take it to another level. It's time for another excellent recipe that is both delicious as a breakfast option or as a starter. I like that idea. That's sure to impress your next brunch guests. So we're making eggs in a cup laid with chives, bacon, Parmesan cheese, and of course an egg, baked snugly in a cup of crispy potatoes. So let's get cracking.
Yes.
This is exciting. I'm a big egg fan.
Yes, no, me as well.
Massive.
And meal prepping and meal planning is very much on trend, and this recipe fits very neatly into that category. It's for an on-the-go breakfast or a snack or a lunch.
Completely. I like it as a starter as well.
Totally.
But I like the fact that you can make many. That you can do a lot of these in one go.
Great quantities.
And it really it packs a punch. It's beautiful. It looks amazing. So what's going into our egg cup?
Yes.
I'm guessing.
So this is our base. So this is grated potato, and I've added 1 egg. This is going to help bind it together, and some flour.
And it's not cooked potato. It's raw, so you can grate it nicely.
Yeah, because we're going to bake it in the oven.
Okay.
So give it a good mix. And then what's important here is when you make your egg cup is you just squeeze out the excess moisture and use your hands.
Excess.
Sorry,
moisture.
I missed that one. Yeah.
Kat, I've got to say, my counter's sitting on about 20 puns, man. This morning, I think I'm dominating.
Yeah. So grease your muffin pan really well, and you just basically pop your potato mixture into the pan like that. So it creates almost like a rosti, just a little...
For sure.
A nest.
I mean, that's a great idea. You could
easy.
fill this with so many wonderful things.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There we go. So you pop that in the oven, you bake it for 10 minutes, so while it's hollow, and then when it comes out, it looks something like that. So it's set and it's got that nice
so you
shape.
kind of basically, this is going in and out of the oven twice because you need that crispy base before you put the egg in. Okay.
So then what you're going to do after that is you pop your bacon bits at the bottom.
And I suppose you could do your bacon in the oven at the same time as doing your cups just at the same time.
Because you do want to pre-cook your bacon.
And I love bacon that's been roasted or done in the oven. It seems to get
work
the crisp.
Really, really well. Yeah. And then you're just going to pop your egg on top.
Oh, wow.
So super easy. And you can double up the recipe, like you say, if you're feeding a crowd, you could do a nice big tray. So pop them in.
You can make them big, you can make them smaller, you can, just depending on your muffin tray.
Yeah, definitely. Then you season with a bit of salt and pepper, and you pop this back in the oven for about 4 to 5 minutes, or just cook it to your liking.
To your liking, okay.
Yeah. And
that's when you do the knuckle test, where you just lightly tap it with your knuckle to see if it's soft.
You can use a very sharp, thin-bladed knife. If you pop it into the egg white and it comes out clean, then you know it's ready. Finish it off with some chives, and then what we've made here are Parmesan chips.
Ooh,
so you put some grated Parmesan in a little circle in the oven, and it comes out like this beautiful golden and crispy.
Looks like a tuile almost.
Exactly, and then you can pop it on top, and it's absolutely beautiful.
I'm just imagining making a whole loaf of this. Just get a whole like a bread tin and just fill it with eggs and make yourself an egg loaf.
Sounds like a plan.
This morning, I think we could do it. This entire recipe, this very inspirational egg recipe, is available on our website, Expresso Show. How does one even begin to taste something like this? Because I feel like it's my responsibility.
Yes, you're going to have to try it.
To taste one of these.
Dig in.
I'm gonna
keep going with these.
It's gonna have to be twofold. So this one looks nice and soft. So I'm a runny yolk kind of guy. I love my yolk. So these have obviously sat for a little while. And then I'm gonna get a little bit of the Parmesan, pop it on top.
Oh, delicious. Smells amazing.
Oh, wow.
Good. The Parmesan just adds such a beautiful flavor element, and then the freshness of the chives works
And the nice thing is the Parmesan
really well.
I'll try not to spit egg all over the studio. The Parmesan's quite salty.
Yes.
So that adds, and with the bacon and stuff, you don't have to over-season it.
No, you really don't.
But that is bucket loads of flavor. That's going to activate. I would say this is a perfect starter to activate your system and your taste buds and your senses.
Yes, yes.
It's beautiful, and it also looks gorgeous
It looks
as
fantastic,
well.
yeah.
Oh, man.
Definitely one to try this weekend, I think.
I think we must have a monthly egg day. I think that's what we can do.
Sounds good.
Teresa, this is inspiration. Absolutely beautiful. Hopefully that's inspired you to go out there and make some exceptional breakfast this morning. If you want to get your hands on this mouth-watering recipe, and you can see it's mouth-watering because my mouth is watering, you can find it on expressoshow.com.
What's better than a sugar-coated, deliciously crispy golden brown donut and 100% Arabica beans brewed to perfection? Treat yourself and warm up your morning with a little sweetness from McCafe with the all-new mini donut and cappuccino offer. A little lovin' doesn't have to cost a lot. Great coffee, simple.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You are still locked into your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, right here on SABC3. It's time for us to talk fashion. When they met as contestants on the set of David Tlale's reality designing competition, The Intern, back in 2016, little did they know that the journey of a groundbreaking collaborative design duo was about to begin. They have since seen their designs being showcased on catwalks of Johannesburg, Cape Town, and Arise Fashion Weeks, as well as exhibited at a showroom in Paris.
Absolutely, and now joining Expresso via video call are Muso Putsani and Maxwell Bork, or the brains and hands behind Muso Maxwell. And we're going to chat about their design process as well as the inspiration behind their latest collection called Imbokodo. A very good morning to you, Muso and Maxwell. How are you?
Hi guys. Hi, how are you guys?
We're all good, and we're so excited to get to know you guys a little bit more. I'm going to start with you, Maxwell. What was it about each other's take, and work ethic that made you realize that, hey, we could actually work together and join forces and be a great duo?
So, like you mentioned before, we met through the internship by David Tlale. During the internship, Muso was the more technical intern, and I was more of like the heart, lead with heart type of person. So, like his strength is in technicality and mine is like in general. So we saw that And also, like, our aesthetic was similar from the get-go. And David used to ask, are you guys copying from each other? Which was not the case. We just had similar aesthetic. So we're like, what's the point of having two similar brands instead of having one strong brand?
And the brand looks great as well. Muso Maxwell. The logo looks absolutely beautiful. Muso, so talk to me about how you combine your individual creative influences and those skills that you were talking about now together in the design process. Take us through from conceptualization through to final product.
Like he mentioned before, we look at sort of each other's strengths, and then from there on we try to conceptualize as to who knows what better than the other one. And then from there on, it's always about cultures that are, because we come from different cultural backgrounds, so it also sort of puts that into play in terms of like the creativity and also conceptualizing the collections just in general. And also because I'm the more technical one and he's the more creative one, it sort of balances our sort of collections and aesthetics so that it also appeals to a more commercial market, if I have to say.
And I love that you guys are both working on your strengths and infusing the different cultures that you come from. Maxwell, I just want to talk to you about the Spring-Summer 21 Imbokodo collection, which features striking structural and asymmetrical layered lines. Can you tell us more about the narrative that has been woven into this line?
So basically this season, we wanted to challenge the narrative of a woman's place in society, especially in African cultures. So we dove into the world of these culturally influenced women who live in a modern space. Women who encompass like these domestic features, and despite like our patriarchal notions, they can still hold prominent positions in society, politics, and the economy.
And having seen some of those images, they look absolutely fantastic. Stunning designs.
And Kat, I have to add that I love fashion that makes a statement. You know, whether political, whatever the situation is, if you go out there and you can, you know, expand on what you're wearing, for me is a plus 10. So shout outs to you guys for that.
Purposeful design. Now, Now, Muso, you've also gotten to style people like Beyonce when she was here for Global Citizen. Congratulations on that. And I mean, you're only on the up and up right now. That must have put the biggest smiles on your faces. So what is your vision for the future in terms of being a design duo?
Our vision is to basically see ourselves in the stores that we admire around the world, and also having to see like people locally receive our brand very well and be able to wear it on a sort of normal basis without having to have like the struggle of accessing the brand. I think that's one of our main goals, having our brand be accessible all around the world, but most importantly, locally, where people can actually, you know, appreciate it and wear it without having to struggle, like I said.
From the local stage straight to the global stage, we hope that you guys continue soaring higher and higher and that your Imbokodo collection breaks boundaries, man.
Yes, thank you so much. And I just want to mention that the Imbokodo collection is available for pre-order. You can check it out on our social media platforms.
Excellent, excellent stuff. Wow, a collection that is as striking as the rock that it is named after. We can't wait to see what bright stars this duo will be leaping to next.
I love that collaboration, but it's also smelling so beautiful in the studio right now. Now, when using fragrances, you want to ensure that you use ingredients of natural origin that are ethically sourced, making them great for the planet and also for your skin. Now, Laura Naidu from Woolworths and our fashion and beauty editor, Knox Mafu, is here to tell us all about the latest W Beauty fragrances, which are vegan-friendly and endorsed by Beauty Without Cruelty. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Like I just said, it smells amazing in studio.
We've been going crazy. Literally, everyone's just like, I want this, I want that. It just smells fantastic. It's crazy.
Low key, before you guys came in, I actually put in something, and sometimes I feel like that I put on too much, and it can be very overpowering. Maybe you can give us some tips on how to apply fragrances onto your skin.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, a lot of the time you can You can get excited. So I know when we go to a store, sometimes they put it on a piece of paper, or you do that and you walk into it. But actually, that usually tends to not work.
No?
No, it doesn't. I mean, Laurie can maybe even give us more information. But what I tend to do, and I think it works a lot, is even to spray it in your hair, your hair brush, and then put it in your hair. It has a really lasting effect. You need to lock in that moisture. So even straight after a shower, before you put on your moisturizer, or just after you've put petroleum jelly, that's a great way to lock in the moisture. But I mean, there's so many tips.
Yes, definitely. There's a lot of tips and tricks to making your fragrance last longer. And some of them are like, there's a misconception that you should always spritz fragrance into your skin. But you can also put it into your clothes, because the fibers in your fabric locks in the fragrance. So even after washing your clothes, you will still get your fragrance coming through. Also on your pulse points, those are where it's warmer parts of your body. So on your pulse points, always dab, never rub. It makes your fragrance evaporate quicker. And also you spoke about locking in the moisture. So after a shower, ideal, but also on oily skin. So make sure that you use an unfragranced body lotion before applying on your fragrance, and that will make your fragrance last longer.
Love that. You have obviously a beautiful range out here. What are some of the fragrances available at Woolworths for the summer?
Okay, for summer at Woolworths, we've got for women, we've got your Fleur Bouquets, which is a white bouquet of floral flowers with a very with green, crisp green notes. So ideal for summer. Very light and airy and fresh. For men, we've got Blue Ultra. So this is a very spicy, it's an aromatic fragrance for men, but still woody and fresh and very modern. So this is for the modern man. We've also got Narciso Amri, a beautiful fragrance. It is a white floral bouquet with these warm vanilla base. So it is a gourmand, floral, beautiful, stunning fragrance for summer. And then for men, we've got D&G K. And this is also for your modern man, which is still true to his traditional roots, but wants something new and fun, and he is the king, and this is suited for that man.
Nox, you know what I love? When we spoke about the scent, we were like,
just a bit of a... You can feel that. But that's the impact, I think, of fragrance. It really has the ability to like change the mood and really also go with different outfits. So I'm always like, have more. More than one is great, because then you can really interchange between smells. I mean, like, there's so many that are my favorite here. But
I was going to put, you know what I was going to do right now? I was going to put you on the spot. I know it's difficult to choose. What is your favorite scent and what is your favorite perfume?
Okay, so I think Sincera for me, right? I'm going to stand up a little bit. I hope that's fine. But Sincera for me is one of my like favorites. And I tell you why. It's because I love the white notes that it has, right? It's a very like soft smell. You know, it's really, really great for like if you want to go to like wedding season forever. It's got a very soft and romantic tone to it, which I really, really love. Even just the packaging itself speaks to me. But then I've also a fan favorite of, I think it's the Lancôme La Vie. Was it La Vie La Vie?
You have to say La Vie Belle, and the man must come with it as well.
You know, it needs to have that romantic edge. I'm literally like getting excited just to touch it, but it really, really smells great. I think those are the two smells. It's got a very romantic tone to it, but it's a little bit different, so I like to play it up. I mean, I have different smells for different vibes. So I mean, Gucci Oud, for instance, is also doing really, really well. It's a far more aromatic smell.
And since you ladies really can't choose what to use, a growing popular trend when in usage habits of fragrance is now when you layer on your fragrance. So layering, also long-lasting, good for summer. And the tip is that try on, so experiment at home. Customize your fragrance to suit you, what you're feeling for the day or suit your personality. Try a lot of your fragrances and figure out which complements each other. The trick is to put your heavier fragrances on first as your base, and then layer on with your lighter fragrances. Create your own signature scent, and then you don't have to choose your favorite.
And do you put that all at the same time? I'm just interested.
Yes,
like,
you layer it on.
Okay,
cool.
I was going to ask the exact same thing, but I want to take away from all of this. Now, what is the manufacturing process of the fragrances?
Oh my. So in fragrance, a lot of hard work goes into making your fragrance and your perfume. And it starts with this whole idea of sourcing ingredients. So you'll source a wide range of fragrance ingredients. There's like more than 3,500 ingredients that you could use in your fragrance. It starts with sourcing the ingredients and then extracting the oils. And the methods that we use now is some of the old ancient methods that has been revolutionized or modernized by the popular brands. We use the same old methods of extracting the oil, blending it, and aging it. So more like fine wine is the entire process of creating that perfume. Along with it, so the fragrance oil is created, it goes in with denatured alcohol. So W Beauty fragrances are 85% natural origin, and the alcohol that we use comes from a natural and renewable source, which is cane sugar. So it's a plant-based denatured alcohol that we team up with your fragrance oil. And in one perfume, you could have up to 800 ingredients, individual ingredients in a fragrance oil. So it is really an art. That is why we say it's artistically blended. Most of it is blended in south of France, in France themselves. So it's it is an art of perfume making.
Ladies, seeing that we can't, hug people anymore, I'm going to steal my favorite perfume. So then I can just, spritz it. You said I must?
So you must just put it on your palm. So we said
yes, on your pulse points where it's warmer, spritz,
dab.
Slight dab, no rubbing.
No rubbing.
Dab.
Just let it.
And now am I just going to do the shimmer?
Just do the shimmer, just as the energy starts
Knox,
to get in.
Laura. Smelling divine. You too can express the inner you this season with the perfect scent from WBT. You can shop all these fragrances and more at Woolworths in-store, online, or on the app.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and it's a smooth Friday. And with smooth Fridays on Expresso with Tropica, and of course, that means only one thing: smooth winnings.
And today, we will be giving away a Samsung microwave to one fortunate Tropica fan who flips a cap and finds smooth on our smooth or not smooth flip the cap wall. Now, on the line, we have Umbali, Mercy Shongwe from Winchester, Johannesburg, and Karin Delanga from, is it Garsfontein, Pretoria. Van Pretoria on our WhatsApp video call right now. How are you both doing, ladies? Hello.
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
All good, thank you.
And
are you excited?
Karin, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good. Okay, I'm glad. Hope you're both feeling very smooth and really, really amped up to win this incredible prize. It's a microwave, remember, that you guys are playing for, a Samsung microwave. So this is how it's going to work. Mbali, who was drawn first, will select a number off of our cap, our wall, for us to flip the cap, right? Karin, who was drawn second, will then select to flip the next cap. And the first person to flip a cap that has smooth underneath it will then win the prize. And only one cap has smooth underneath it on the wall, so we will flip till it is found. All right, are you all smooth and ready?
Yes.
Mali, we're going to start with you, okay? What number will it be?
Number 5. Let us see. Oh, not smooth. Not
smooth at all. We're going to try again with Karin this time. What number will it be for you?
Number 7, please.
Number
7 is right here by me. Let's see. Not smooth. Oh, no, not smooth.
It's a
All right.
very tight encounter. Mbali, we're back to
Deep breath.
you, Sisi. What number will it be?
I'll go with
Number 9.
That's on your side there, Gule.
Not smooth.
All right, Karin, you are up next. What number will it be?
Number 3.
Number 3. Not smooth, Karin. Not smooth.
Come
you need to try
on,
again.
ladies.
All right.
Okay, Mbali, we're back to you.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Let's see. Buddy, you're the one. Congratulations. You have found smooth under the tropical red cap and you've won yourself a Samsung microwave. How smooth is that?
So
smooth! Yes!
We are here for it.
Oh, we are so here for it. Mbani, congratulations. And enjoy many meals using your Samsung microwave, okay?
Thank you so much.
Hey, and to you too, Karin, thank you very much for entering the competition. Don't give up. Keep buying those Tropica packs. And when you find smooth, you know what to do. And who knows, we could be calling you again, of course, for the rest of you watching as well. This is your chance to go out this weekend and enter Tropica Smooth, Not Smooth competition. You buy any Tropica promotional pack with a red cap, you flip the cap, and if you find smooth under the cap, you stand a chance of winning.
Now, if you don't find smooth, then try flipping another cap until you do. Once you find smooth, then follow the details on the pack to stand a chance of winning smooth instant prizes.
Plus, you also stand a chance of going into the draw to win weekly grand prizes live on Expresso every Friday, just like Mbali has done by flipping a cap on our wall till you find smooth. And there are prizes like vouchers, TVs, washing machines, fridges, and a lot more up for grabs.
So much more. Now, the more Tropica you buy and find smooth, the more chances to win. So go on and find your smooth this weekend.
Very smooth.
Are you smooth or not smooth? Buy Tropica, flip the cap. If you find smooth, you stand a chance to win smooth prizes. Tropica, nothing smoother.
Yes, we absolutely love connecting with you on our social media platforms. It is World Egg Day.
It
and
is.
we've been making such amazing recipes in the kitchen today. I mean, you practically the king of eggs.
I'm loving it. I have an egg song. I sing it all the time with my son. Eggy, eggy, eggy. Can't you see? Look, I absolutely love it. But of course, we are putting it to you guys. How do you start your day? There's Rael holding a gigantic egg. So being World Egg Day, we obviously start our morning with a double dose of Expresso. So how do you guys start your day?
Absolutely. Salosh came through and she says, about to have an extraordinary day. Happy Friday. Yeah, extraordinary that is.
Oh, then Jean Mazibuko saying, I'm an eggetarian. I love that people like me who are vegetarian, but they eat eggs. Laugh, laugh. I like that. I like that.
Says, good morning. Laugh out loud. So early trying to explain to my son he can still sleep. Let's start boiling those eggs for... Oh, explain.
Thanks for explaining that to us. And this is my favorite. This is my winner for the day from Esmond Volmerans, who says, off to the gym for my morning exercise.
That is exhausting.
That's one we actually haven't heard this morning. Well done. Oh, you guys are beauties. Thank you so much. That takes our egg pun tally to about 112. But of course, now it's time to see if the boys can deliver. December streets are here, but can they cook?
All right, it is on. We are in the kitchen with December Streets, and they've been providing us with a whole lot of fun and beautiful music as well this morning during the ad breaks. In the sound checks, you'll hear the music a bit later on. But right now, oh man, one of the most respected and really much cherished challenges right here on the Feel Good Breakfast Show. Of course, you know that in celebration of World Egg Day, we have decided to challenge December streets to a head-on omelette challenge. And gentlemen, Tristan, Dane, you know how this works. You've been given the rules back in the bathroom. No, it wasn't the
First time making omelettes.
You've been given the same ingredients, right? You have your oil over there. You've got 3 eggs that you need to whip up into a delicious and fantastic looking omelette in 2 minutes. Yeah, it's got it. So we're going to judge on looks. Myself and Matt over here, we're going to judge on looks first. We're going to judge on your timing, whether you're able to serve it up in 2 minutes, and then the taste. So 3 points, right? Salt and pepper's there. Are you gentlemen both ready?
Dane's pans are
smoking. All right. We're going to put 2 minutes on the clock. And in celebration of World Egg Day, 3, 2, 1, let's go! All right. So Tristan's already gone in with the oil. He's working it in there.
Scratching the Teflon.
Scratching the Teflon. Don't know how that's going to work there, Matt. What do you think of what Dane's doing right now?
I think Dane's got a more solid method going there. He's 1 egg ahead.
I'm going fast.
Tristan's going for the souffle.
Going for the souffle. Wow, that's a very interesting technique. Well, we must take note that, of course, one of the rules of the omelette challenge, Matt, is that each participant must use all the ingredients provided. And by all, we mean all. So I'm not quite sure what Tristan plans to do with those yolks, but anyway.
You have to use all this oil.
No. Not quite. All right. So at the moment, you guys, 20 seconds in right now. So we've got salt and pepper already going into Tristan's egg whites. Matt, give us some comments on what Dane's doing.
So Dane is going traditional. Dane's al-traditional, going with a sweet yellow and white mix there.
All right, well, pans are smoking as Dane already puts in
Dane's on the heat, brother.
Yeah, he's on the heat. We've got 1 minute left, gentlemen. Remember, you must plate your omelette where by the time we reach 2 minutes. You each know how to work the stove. You've been given instruction, so no excuses there.
I'm going to turn Dane's off.
I think Tris forgot to heat up his pan as well.
That might be a problem right now. So Tristan right now looking like he has...
I was supposed to add this in as well.
Well, 40 seconds to go, guys. You need to get moving. By the time we reach 2 minutes, whatever is in your pan must be in your plate.
Can we both lose?
I guess there's also a possibility. There's 30 seconds left.
30 seconds.
To make an omelette using all the ingredients you've been given.
Here.
Oh my word, look at, well, for presentation, Matt, I'll say that's very impressive. 20 seconds to go.
Where's the heat?
That's impressive.
What do you mean, where's the heat? It's right there. 15 seconds.
To your left.
You're supposed to bring the heat, my boy.
9, 8,
bring in the heat.
7, 6,
Flip it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plate up. Oh my word.
You guys have to eat that.
Oh, gee whiz. Okay, bring your plates across. Tristan, just slide it across there. I'm not even sure. Oh!
I mean, it was getting to a good place.
Wait, you're not allowed to spice his egg for him?
What? I'm just thinking about our future here. You know?
Oh, goodness. Okay, right. So first things first, if we are to judge on timing issue, right? So at the 2 minute mark, who plated first? I think fair enough to say, Tristan, I saw yours going on first.
Thank you.
So you get the 1 point over there. Then we talk about presentation, Matt. I'm going to let you take this one. Of the two, which is the best presented, aesthetically pleasing?
So I went for like a fluffy white and soft runny egg on the side. Yeah, this is a very French type of omelette. Like they like raw egg with their omelettes. Yeah.
Dane, would you like to just give us...
I went for a very artistic look. With
Van Gogh.
Yeah, very, very nice yellow
undertone
background.
of butternut soup.
It should remind you of the sun.
Interesting.
With an undertone of butternut soup. Cool. You're going to have to judge this one. Which do you give it to?
I mean, I would probably be more inclined to tasting Dane's. It looks slightly more cooked.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. And now...
How does that look more cooked?
So that's 1 point each, right? I'm going to ask you, Dane, if you might pass me that fork on the other side. And Tristan, you can give... I'll give this one.
This is going down.
So we got to taste something, right? So I'll grab a bit...
there you go.
Feeling a bit like Rocky right now.
I'm going to play it safer.
It's
delicious. It's going to drip.
It's got something about it, I'll tell you that. Okay, let's go here. A bit more of a firmer texture.
Great salt in yours.
That's a lot of salt in that. Okay, let's get a piece of... Oh my gosh.
Can we retract points that we were given previously?
I'm gonna let you in on a secret. I think we're both losing this one.
Did you just pun that? I'm gonna let you on a secret. That's an egg pun straight up. Wow, this is a really, really tough one. Look, they're both equally extraordinarily gross.
Okay.
This is true, yeah.
I see.
Okay.
You don't have developed.
Very, very new.
Okay, guys, having judged many 2-minute omelette challenges before, drum roll, please. We declare the winner on World Egg Day, Tristan! Yeah.
Okay, better luck
By
next
far the
time.
superior taste, unfortunately.
By far?
By a landslide, like an egg slide. Like the way your egg is sliding. Oh my gosh, that's just crazy. All right, guys, thank you very much. That was a lot of fun. But we're looking forward to the music more than anything. Thank goodness you guys are musicians.
Yeah, thank goodness.
December Street, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Celebrate World Egg Day today and have an excellent October.
Tris, put your password in there quick.
Jamali.
Try to keep your display on to do. 1 2 1 2.
Think I might lose myself tonight. What you doing to me?
Hem met te gooien, hè? Ja.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso right here on SABC3. The feel goodness continues this morning. It's been literal fun and games with December Streets in studio throughout the morning. Have you guys been having fun?
Oh, so much fun.
Yeah.
Enjoying yourselves,
I
right?
don't want to go home. This is so much fun.
We don't want you guys to leave either. Now it's finally time for the moment we have all been waiting for, being treated to a live performance of their latest single, Last Forever. Guys, take it away.
Let's do it.
Alright. Think I might lose myself tonight. Think I might find somebody better. Looking back, all we did is fight. What you doing to me? Need to get you off my mind, yeah. Why you gotta be so lonely? Why you gotta be so stuck in your head? Now you need somebody better than me to sleep in your bed. I don't wanna think about you. I got nothing better to do. Why'd you have to go and meet someone new? But you say you think you're in love with me. You think this is destiny. I thought that this could last forever, and now you've left with the best of me. I thought this would set me free. I wish that this could last forever. Can't stop thinking about what you did to me. Looking back now, I think you set me free. I don't wanna think about you. I got nothing better to do. Why'd you have to go and meet someone new? But you said you think you're in love with me. You think this is destiny. I thought that this could last forever, and now you've left with the best of me. I thought this would set me free. I Looking back now, I think you set me free. Can't stop thinking about what you did to me. Looking back now, I think you set me free. Here we go, hey. Can't stop thinking about what you did to me. Looking back now, I think you set me free. Can't stop thinking about what you did to me. Looking back now, I think you set me free. But you say you're in love with me. You think this is destiny. I thought that this could last forever. And now you've left with the best of me. I thought this would set me free. I wish that this could last forever. I wish this would last forever. Yeah, 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 I wish this would last forever.
December, boss. With December Streets here in studio this morning. You guys are ushering in the festive season just like that?
That's the plan.
That was so much fun. Now you have your first performance in 6 months tonight at Repta Room, right?
Repta Room.
In Cape Town.
Correct.
What can people expect?
It's been 6 months, so I mean, all the energy is going to be there. We're going to thrive. We're going to bring all the fun. It's just going to be such an intimate power performance.
I cannot wait for it. It's 100 rands at quicket.co.za. Team, what did you think of that?
Oh,
I wish that this could last forever.
Just so I could do this. This could last forever.
Oh, man.
This is not going to the Raptor Room tonight.
Where? Give me some I really enjoyed that way too much. That was so cool, guys. That was really amazing.
Thank you so much. Absolute legends. Go and see them live tonight. They are going to rock. They're going to roll. We're going to have an amazing weekend. We're going to be connecting with Matthew Gold at 11:30 this morning to join us for the midday show. Going to have another blast. And just make sure, please excuse me for one last.
Just one. Okay, I think you definitely won.
I think I took the day. I get the Humpty Dumpty award for today. It really has been such an amazing show. So thank you so much to the December Streets, to all the boys, to everyone who's joined us.
You know what's cool?
You guys at home, yeah.
They're celebrating 10 years in the industry, which means they started in the same year that Expresso started as well. So we can just virtual high fives all around. Congratulations to you guys for all that you have achieved as well. And weekend plans, anybody?
That's extraordinary. I just had to
That was your first one for the day, right?
No, second one is he has two good ones,
on your face, girl.
Let's stop. But anyway, weekend plans, what are you doing?
Kiddies play date. Tonight, everybody, it's going down. What is your weekend plans?
It's going to be kiddies play dates. Listen, have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Bye.
Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.